Hey guys, what's happening? Niyat here with Film Comics Explained. And, as requested, today we're diving back into Attack on Titan. We'll be discussing the founding Titan and how it ties into the ultimate ending of the series in the manga, so be warned, spoilers at the end of the video. Featured in the amazing series, the founding Titan, once in the possession of the Reiss family, is revealed to be the most powerful of the 9 main Titans. Its screams can alter the minds and physical composition of the subjects of Ymir, and its connection to the past, present and future through Ymir, the progenitor of the Titans, make it a force to be reckoned with. Nearly 2,000 years ago, Ymir Fritz's village was attacked and enslaved by the Eldians, who then cut out their tongues. One day, after a pig was released, the tribe's ruler, Fritz, called all of the slaves and asked for the culprit. They all began to point at Ymir, who was then freed, only to be hunted by dogs and men. Wounded and desperate, Ymir took shelter in a nearby tree, but as soon as she stepped in, she slipped and fell into an underground body of water. There she came into contact with a mysterious spine-like creature that attached to her back and triggered the first Titan transformation. With her newfound power, Ymir returned to serve Fritz and used her Titan to cultivate land, build bridges and amass wealth for the Eldians. Under his command, she also destroyed the forces of Eldia's rival, Mali. To reward Ymir for her service, Fritz took her as his concubine, giving her his name, and, together, the two had 3 children, Maria, Rose and Sina. After 17 centuries, the founding Titan was inherited by Karl Fritz, the 145th Fritz king. He chose to abandon the conflicts of Eldia and relocated the capital to Paradise Island, where he used the founding Titan to create many colossal Titans in the building of 3 walls, Mario, Rose, and Sina. In the absence of the founding Titan, the Great Titan War continued. Over the course of the war, Eldia lost all of its territory on the continental mainland to Mali, and its people fled overseas to Paradise Island, where they entered the safety of the walls.
エルディア国民を島に移し、安息を脅かせば降伏すると言い残しました。しかし、これは真意ではありません。我々が忌むべき壁の王だと思っていたカール・フリッツの平和を願う心なのです。
After the people were gathered within the walls, Fritz used the founding Titan to erase the memories of the outside world from everyone's minds. This led them to believe that they were the last remnants of humanity in a world overrun by Titans. Upon the closing of the gates of Wall Mario, Karl Fritz announced to his relatives who chose to remain across the sea that a pact had been made with the founding Titan. In order to secure peace for Eldia, while simultaneously arranging for the nation's eventual destruction, Fritz ensured that all successors after him would be overcome by his will if they chose to use the founding Titan for Eldia's sake. Sometime afterward, the king passed his power over to his descendants in the royal family, now known as the Reiss family. For generations, the Reiss family passed the founding Titan down from successor to successor. Eventually, it was inherited by Uri Reiss from his father. Early in his life, Uri protected himself from Kenny Ackerman using his Titan, and would later become a close friend of his would-be assassin.
君の恨みはもっともだ。どうか許してくれ。こんな小さな壁の中にさえ楽園を築けなかった愚かな私を。
In the year 842, Uri Reiss passed on the founding Titan to his niece Frida. Frida presumably made little use of the founding Titan for the next 3 years, though on occasion she visited her half-sister Historia Reiss and used the founding Titan to erase her memories of each visit. The founding Titan's power is used by screaming. Whoever is in possession of the founding Titan doesn't need to transform in order to use its abilities, and the screams do not even need to be loud or even screams per se. Frida was able to use the memory alteration ability by casually talking, although her target was only Historia, who was right in front of her. The founding Titan grants its user the ability to control Titans at will and make them follow virtually any order. It appears to only be effective on pure Titans, although those with the power of the Titans can still feel its influence. As mentioned earlier, it was used by Karl Fritz to build the walls, who commanded many colossal Titans to harden their bodies and confine themselves into the resulting structures. In ancient times, Eldia used this ability to command an army of Titans for war. Once set loose, the Titans became indiscriminate weapons of mass destruction that would slaughter Eldia's enemies. Rod Reiss also claimed that the power has the capacity to control and wipe out all the Titans if used to its full potential.
壁の王は民から記憶を奪い、壁外の人類は滅んだと思い込ませた。もはや民を守らぬ王は王ではない。
Among its powers is memory manipulation, and the founding Titan is able to modify the minds and memories of the subjects of Ymir. This power is related to the Titan control ability. As noted by Erwin Smith, Titans are simply transformed humans, specifically the subjects of Ymir. Therefore, the screams that control the minds of the former should be able to affect the latter as well. It should be noted though, that anyone who's not a subject of Ymir is unaffected by this, such as the Ackerman family and the Oriental clan. The founding Titan also has anatomical manipulation, enabling it to change the body composition of any subject of Ymir. An Eldian king over 600 years ago used this power to make the subjects of Ymir immune to a rampant epidemic. Zeke Yeager essentially wanted to use this power to make all the subjects of Ymir sterile, hoping to rid the world of Titans once and for all.
もしこれ以上、もう世界は巨人の脅威に怯えたり苦しめられたりせずに済む。
Only those with the royal blood, like the Fritz and Reiss families, are able to use the true power of the founding Titan. However, if the founding Titan is inherited by someone outside of the family, the power can still be used if they're in physical contact with royal blood. If the inheritor touches a human of royal blood who has no Titan power, some snippets of the previous inheritor's memories can be realized. Having said that, the full power of the founding Titan is still locked. Despite having the ability to control the Titans, no founding Titan of royal blood after the Great Titan War expressed desire for conflict, even if the inheritor had previously wanted to. This is because the founding Titan was bound to the ideology of Karl Fritz and his memories. The vow possesses the king's successors and greatly changes their personality. They become compassionate, desire to create a paradise inside the walls, and preach about peace and love of mankind. But the vow only applied to members of the royal family. Therefore, it could be bypassed if the inheritor of the founding Titan was not related to them. Despite being a descendant of the royal family, Zeke Yeager learned how to nullify the vow during his time spent within the paths, setting us up for the destruction that nearly consumes the world.
お前が目を覚ますまでの長い時間で、俺は多くを学んだ。こんな土くれの鎖でも。
In the year 845, the fall of Walmaria began. After hearing of the attack on Shiganshina district, the Reiss family gathered in the underground cavern beneath the chapel, where the founding Titan had been passed on for generations. While inside, they were visited by Grisha Yeager, who had been tasked by Aaron Kruger with taking the founding Titan 13 years before. Grisha identified himself as an Eldian and a subject of Ymir. He begged Frida to use the founding Titan to save the people of the walls, but his pleas go unanswered. Seeing no choice but to commit to his promise to Kruger, he transformed into the Attack Titan and fought with Frida's founding Titan. Due to her inexperience, Frida was quickly overpowered and killed by Grisha, who stole her founding Titan power. He then slaughtered the entire Reiss family, except for Rod, who escaped with his life. Grisha returned to Walrose shortly afterward and searched for his family. He found his son Aaron and entrusted Kruger's mission to him, leading Aaron into the woods before injecting him with the Titan serum. Aaron would have no memory of the event for the next 5 years, and as a pure Titan, consumed his father, inheriting both the Attack Titan and the Founding Titan. A squadron from the military police led by Kenny Ackerman kidnaps Aaron Yeager and Historia Reiss and brings them to Historia Reiss's father, Rod. Aaron then wakes up, chained up and gagged in the Reiss family underground chapel. As he wakes up, he has a vision of Frida. When Rod and Historia touch Aaron's back, it triggers a chain of memories. Aaron unlocks memories of his father fighting Frida and eating her, inheriting the Founding Titan, slaughtering the Reiss family, and then feeding himself to Aaron. Historia also unlocks memories of Frida, who used the Founding Titan's power to erase herself from Historia's past.
ごめんね、ヒストリア。もう時間になっちゃった。今日も私のことはまた会う日まで。
When the Scout Regiment reclaimed Shigansina district, they come to the Yeager family's basement, where Grisha had kept his secrets for his son. Going over his journals, they read about his youth and when he learned about the nature of the Founding Titan. He had joined a group of restorationists who desired to take the Founding Titan from the King of the Walls in order to restore Eldia to glory. The organization failed, and Grisha alone was given the task of taking the founding titan by Eren Kruger, an Eldian spy in the government of Mali. When the military gathers to discuss what they found, Eren thinks back to the time when the founding titan came forth to attack the city. The finale shows that he would go on to use the founding titan's power to prevent the pure titan from eating Bertolt, as he was needed in the future. Instead, he guides her to his home, making her eat his mother, which would give young Eren the motivation to follow the path that he was now on. Recalling his father's memories of his first wife, Dina Fritz, Eren realizes that Dina's titan was responsible for the presence of the founding titan. After finding out that he can use the founding titan by coming into contact with his half-brother Zeke, son of Dina, Eren pretends to join him. Hoping to rid the world of titans, Zeke essentially wants to use the founding titan to sterilize the subjects of Ymir. After making contact and entering the founding titan, Eren discovers that the founder's power is used by commanding Ymir Fritz herself. He reveals his deception and learns that Zeke, who now controls the power of the founder, nullified the vow of renouncing war put in place by Karl Fritz. Viewing his father's memories, Zeke learns of the attacked titan's ability to see into the future. He also learns that a future inheritor can influence one in the past, which Eren uses to convince his father to slaughter the Reiss family and steal the founding titan. Zeke initiates his plan, but Eren breaks free and rushes to Ymir. He assures her that he's not going to force her to help him. He recognizes that she's neither a slave nor a deity. She's a human being that has the right to choose if she wants to remain in the coordinate forever, or help him. As Zeke desperately tries to stop him, Eren asks Ymir if she's the one who led him to the coordinate, musing that she's been waiting 2,000 years for him to arrive. Eren then uses the founding titan's power to unleash all of the wall titans, while creating a body for himself that is even larger than the colossal titan. To the world's horror, he uses the Founder's power to telepathically communicate with all of the subjects of Ymir, informing them of his plans to destroy the world outside of Paradise Island. From here, we'll be discussing the ending in the manga, so for those of you that don't want to know what happens next, now would be the time to perhaps check out one of my extensive playlists.
察するに彼はアッカーマン家の末裔。
As his titans began the destruction of Mali, he summons each of his friends and paths individually and reveals his true intentions. Eren saw that the hate and distrust between Eldians and the people of Mali was so strong that the only way they would unite was if they had a common enemy. So Eren decided to make himself that villain by initiating the Rumbling, a titan catastrophe that would kill 80% of the world's population. He also reveals that his death would permanently destroy the power of the Titans, causing all Eldians trapped as pure Titans to return to their human forms, essentially freeing his people while liberating everybody. After making short work of Mali's defenses, Eren engages his comrades before Mikasa enters his Titan's mouth and kills him by severing his head from the spine. While we thought he was the villain, Eren ends up saving everybody from the sins of their ancestors.
俺の名はエレン・イエーガー。始祖の巨人の力を介し、全てのユミルの民へ話しかけている。この島の外にある全ての地表を踏み鳴らす。そこにある命をこの世から駆逐するまで。